Now joining me is a musician, director, and the man who inducted that guy into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Please welcome Rob Zombie! So Rob, that guy right there. When did you first get into Alice Cooper?
I clearly remember going home from school around 1972, singing Schools Out like it was the last day of school. I have that memory, but I can't remember anything beyond that point, so at least
that's where it all
early
is.
70s, 71, 72, I don't know.
And you actually inducted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have some footage of the ceremony.
The Alice Cooper Band was glam rock before anyone thought of glam rock. They were punk rock before anyone thought of punk rock. In fact, Johnny Rotten auditioned for the Sex Pistols by singing an Alice Cooper song.
Wow, is that true?
18.
Is it true?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
You've been quoted saying that you think that Alice is incredibly underrated.
I said a lot of that in my speech, and it was almost hard to do the speech without almost insulting some of the people in the audience in a weird way. And I wasn't trying to do that.
Like who?
No. Everyone, I mean, there were phenomenal people there. It was a blast. But, you know, I mean, when you go back, if you're really an Alice fan and you watch footage like I am, and sometimes, and it just seems like, and it drives me crazy, and I know you love it, it seems like he's done every trick you can think of. And every time I think, aha, I find some piece of footage. I'm like, God damn it! He did that in St. Louis in '72. You know, just, so no, I mean, but it's not just the stage tricks; it's just everything. I mean, like I said, it was like glam rock before glam rock. People will talk about the New York Dolls, but he did it first. People talk about this sort of like punk rock, Rocky Horror look, but then they'll quote him as the thing that was the prototype for when Richard O'Brien was doing Rocky Horror. So he sort of predates everything. Yet I think that sometimes when people are so good at something and are so influential, people almost take it for granted.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not like some people who's always trumpeting his own horn. You know, he's kind of, you're pretty mellow about it.
Yeah, you know.
So I feel like it's my job.
You do it.
Because some people like to remind you how great they are all the time. And I'm not going to name any names on that one either, but. You know.
I'm really great. I don't want to go into it too much, but I'm really great.
We were talking about how great you were on the way here.
And the first time that you collaborated was on the X-Files soundtrack.
Yes.
Is that just a little too easy, a little too convenient?
Why
not Desperate Housewives?
Can I tell you the great?
It didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The funny thing was, it was in Miami.
Yes.
I'm watching the Super Bowl, and he gives me a call about 2 minutes before halftime, and he says, "We're recording this song for X-Files. Can you come down here and do it?" And I went, "Yeah." For me, it was great because it was a different kind of music for me, and it was more industrial. It was more, you know, something that I wasn't used to, and I like that. I like the idea that I was injecting myself into his world.
So was that a challenge for you?
No, it was good. It was fun. I had to approach it a little bit differently because I was going, okay, now what do you want me to sound like on this? You know, do I sound like Alice? Do you want me to sound like this or what? And it came out really, really. In fact, we got nominated for a Grammy for that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We of course lost.
We didn't
but
lose.
we got nominated.
I think Jethro Tull won, I think.
And then you toured together on the Gruesome Twosome tour.
Yeah, that was
Who came up
fun.
with that name?
I think I came up with that one maybe.
Yeah, it was. We were going to call it Ghouls Gone Wild.
Which would have maybe been better.
But
That'll be the next one.
that'll be
That's
the next
great.
one. Actually, that's a song on my new album. I stole that one. But the Gruesome Twosome was perfect. I never had so much fun on a tour. All the guys, well, first of all the guys in both bands know each other. So I mean, I don't think there was any bumps at all in the road.
No, that was the most fun I ever had, and it was the first time I'd ever been on tour. And I remember, I mean, this doesn't mean anything to you, but for the guys in my band were like, this feels like what it must have been like to be touring in the 70s. Like, it just felt like a cool rock tour.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you tour now and you're with other bands, but you don't have anything in common with them, musically or otherwise, and you kind of just keep to yourself, and sometimes you don't even get along with the other bands, but this felt like, you know, like
that sounds like fun.
Rad touring in the 70s.
It was fun. We actually looked forward to the show every night.
Yeah.
I'd go out and I don't care who it is, ever go out and watch the other act. It's just, I'm so tired at the end of a show, I'm sitting there going, last thing I want to see right now is another band.
That guy on stage.
So I'd get done with the show, you know, and I'd go see what Rob's doing. You know, and I go out there and I'd stand on the front of the thing watching. I go, that's good. That's really good. And then the next night I go, and he's over on the side going, what's he doing?
You got to check out what the other guy's doing, because it was a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, it was good rivalry.
Because when I saw that you had the Cyclops, I had to box up the robot and ship him out immediately.
What a great conversation.
And honestly, it was a one-upsmanship every night. And then I'd see that and I'd go, okay, well then I'll add this. And then the next day he says, oh, really? Well, I'll add this. And pretty soon, the end of the show, these, both shows were 3 times bigger than they were when they started.
So the audience totally wins.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
just getting,
absolutely.
We lose, they win.
Dallas, I know you're a huge fan of movies. You said that you'll see any movie at all, no matter how terrible it is. What's the best
That
terrible...
is true.
Yeah?
And I can prove it. Because remember that movie Dunstan Checks In?
Yeah.
With the,
Was it like a monkey or something?
It was with the orangutan.
Okay.
And I remember calling him about the X-Files thing. And you go, oh, I just got home from the movie. I just saw Dunstan Checks In. And I was like, you will go see anything.
Well, and the funny thing is it syncs up to Welcome to My Nightmare. It's like, The Wizard of Oz and the Pink Floyd. Honestly, I go to movies just if they look like they'd be a fun movie to watch.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.